So apparently, and I haven't watched this yet, so we're going to watch it together. The federal judge ruled against the Democrat plan to close Infowars. So I'm assuming they got positive news in the litigation. It's about a 10-minute video here. But I did want to watch it in its entirety, and I think that's kind of where I'm going to end the stream for today. Let's go ahead and let's get it done. Let's watch this. Because I want to see Alex winning. Who doesn't want to see Alex winning?
Let's talk about something really important. The First Amendment and the right of the people to be able to have their opinions and their ideas heard. Now, we now know the CIA and FBI, and that the FBI general counsel, the head lawyer in Connecticut, who testified to this in the show trials in Connecticut 2 years ago, created the lawsuits against me with Sandy Hook, had PR firms lie about me, make up stuff I never said and did. Then they had defaulted show trials where the judges found me guilty, put on HBO productions. The judge in Texas went to the premiere on a red carpet and was standing ovations as a movie star in the movie. So that's what they're doing to demonize the First Amendment and to destroy one of the main populist leaders against their system. Now, they also said I was hiding hundreds of millions of dollars and they were trying to shut down my companies. I declared corporate and personal bankruptcy. The court sent in 3 different investigation teams now for 2 years and said everything I said was true and that nothing they said was true. Now, Judge Chris Lopez in the Southern District down in Houston, where we filed bankruptcy, is a Trump appointee. He's a very fair judge, something that's very rare these days, more and more it seems. And the Democrats said in Connecticut, the Democratic Party, Aiken Gump, the largest Democratic Party law firm that represents the Clintons, and George Soros, they said, and the plaintiffs' lawyers in Texas and Connecticut said, we don't want money, we want to silence Alex Jones. I'll play the clips of that in a moment. Well, under the law, that's not what bankruptcy's for. It's whatever money's there, they get for their claim, that's it. They don't shut down successful companies. That's not how the code's supposed to work. Well, they went to the judge and they said, we're not settling, and they also said they want to control what I say, and that's not in the law. And they thought the judge would just liquidate and shut down Infowars at the hearing yesterday, and that he would announce a hearing on how it would be shut down on June 13th. And I told you about that, and I said this could happen because that's within the judge's power if they have this fake $1.5 billion judgment, which we have appeals going forward on, to do. The judge shocked my lawyers, their lawyers, everybody yesterday. I wasn't there, but my lawyers were there, and I later listened into an audio recording that was online of the event, and then that's there for anybody that wants to go find it and see it. And the judge said, I'm not going to shut down Infowars. I'm not going to shut down a successful company.
And you have to remember, the whole reason he's even in this case is he's fighting against all of the things that he said about the Sandy Hook shooting, which was a defamation case at large, right? This is the one that they were going to make him pay over the GDP of France is what he owed to pay out all these families for like defaming these people, because he said, I don't even know what he said. I think he was just covering things and poking holes in what he thought was not real or what might not possibly be true. And so what they're using this as is this is like a nice Trojan horse. Roll it in there, pretend you're going in and you're going to protect these families and Alex Jones is big bad man. But really the Democrat plan was to use this to force him out. Force him into bankruptcy, force the Infowars to be shut down, and it looks like he got some light in this litigation, and that is a good thing.
I'm going to give it back to Alex Jones. If you haven't settled with him by June 13th. Now, normally every hearing he has within minutes is in Bloomberg, AP, Reuters, everywhere. Go to Google today and type in my name, and there's nothing in there about the hearing yesterday. There's about me selling off my property and the rest of it, which I've been filing the bankruptcy and done. It's done. Basically, have my house, that's it. Fine. I don't care about that stuff. Piece of property, a little farm, whatever. Go to Google, type in my name. Nothing there about the hearing yesterday because they don't know what to do. They don't know how to respond. Now, obviously, when he kicks it back out, June 13th, to the state courts in Guerra, who's just, in her own words, an actress in a show trial, And she goes to the red carpet events as the main selection at South by Southwest. I mean, any judge would be recused or even removed from the bench for that if it wasn't Travis County and the Democrats. This is just as bad as New York or D.C. And we'll do that when that happens. But I have no doubt with the corrupt courts and the Democrats and the rest of it, they may get us shut down, but not by the election. You see, and then I'll be able to go do something else, and hopefully whoever I get hired by will be able to bring the crew in. I haven't done any of that yet, have made preparations. We're trying to save Infowars. So
That's wild. So I guess he's saying right now, the plan for them is if they're forced through with this bankruptcy, that they're just going to have someone else hire the entire Infowars group. And I would imagine they'd have to rebrand. But like, to think that you are going to make Alex Jones, of all people, stop talking about what he wanted to talk about, it was never going to work. He'd probably go to the street preacher route, and he'd be on the street with his pieces of paper in his hand, trying to talk to whoever will listen. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, yeah, First Amendment truly exists in this country. Like, what a joke, man.
God for some justice in this country, and thank God for all of you and your incredible support over the years. But this is a big, big deal. So now it's more important than ever to support Infowars.com, Infowarsstore.com, to go get the great products that you need that are amazing, but that we have a war chest now to fight them and to keep Infowars on the air. But we need the money to do that now because we've been given this reprieve. It's like we were about to be executed next month. It'd take another month to shut us down. We'd be gone in 2 months. Now, 6 months, longer. And if we keep fighting, I believe God will give us another miracle. But I wanted to just have this on record. Here's a little short clip of Judge Guerra, the so-called little, vampire bat lady in little black robes. And then we'll go to a little compilation of them saying they don't want money. They want to silence us. They're just using the court system as a sham, as a fraud, claiming it's for these plaintiffs, claiming it's for people that were wronged, but they couldn't have a real trial. I couldn't put on evidence because I would defeat them. They had no evidence, nothing but talk and lies and things I never did, no one ever did to them. And then they raise all this money off of me and use my name for fundraising and then claim I made money off them. It's all the opposite, run by the FBI, run by the CIA, not just the leaked video undercover. We have them admitting it in court. The FBI general counsel in Connecticut initiated it, went and got the suits, organized the families, William Aldenberg. And so now we go forward with appeals and lawsuits against the FBI and others. That's coming. So
hey, props to him though. I mean, if I would put money on somebody to be able to actually win a lawsuit against the FBI, it's probably going to be Alex Jones and who his team is. I think it's crazy this has went on for as long as it has. And to think because just all the amount of wasted money and time that goes into all these fake cases, especially when you compare with the Alex Jones case, right? But then, stretch that to the Trump ones, and there's 10 different Trump cases going on. There was a report that I'd even seen that was talking about how the jury was getting antsy for one of these trials because it was reaching the 7th or 8th week where these people are doing jury duty. They keep having to come in and hear the same old tired arguments, knowing that they probably still have a couple more weeks to go before anything happens. And then they're in the middle of this political firestorm. They just probably want it to be done. And I don't think how you could keep someone who's in the jury out of the news too, right? I'm not sure what things they do to help prevent that or help kind of keep them unbiased when it comes to making these decisions, especially about such a huge political figure. And let that be a second point too, as an aside, for somebody like Donald Trump, who is as popular as he is, how could you guarantee that you could give him an unbiased court? I think that's kind of impossible to give a famous person an unbiased court. You'd have to vet that these people never heard of this person. But then again, what person's never heard of their president? It's so you have what, hillbillies and Amish people come to your jury trial, which they already don't. It's just kind of one of those weird things to think about. But watch the rest of this.
We're fighting harder than ever. Please stand with us. We're fighting just like President Trump. Here's the two clips back to back.
One of the things you've been talking about on your show is your allegation that government officials are aiding in pedophilia, child trafficking, and the grooming of children. Right?
What do you mean, what Jeffrey Epstein did with the Clintons?
I've seen this one before. It's so good.
I ask that
That's
with
so
your
good.
verdict, you not only take Alex Jones' platform that he talks about away, I ask that you make certain he can't rebuild the platform. That's what matters. Take
That he can't rebuild the platform? Is he seriously out here saying we want to do everything we can to ensure that he can't express his First Amendment right? Oh, dude. They're so open, mask off with it, dude. Man, that's insane to just be that flagrantly open.
Take him out of this discourse, of this misinformation, of this peddling of lies, and make sure he can't do it again. That is punishment. That is deterrence.
But somewhere out there right now is another family getting their kids ready for school, fixing their lunches, going to work, thinking about their kid. And there's going to be a day when that child doesn't come home from school. And we know it, and it's sad, and that's reality. And the question's going to be, where is Alex Jones when that happens? Is he in the studio? Getting ready to pounce? Or will you stop him?
He's trying to like give some like heroic speech over like, and the last thing I did was I stopped Alex Jones from talking. Like, dude, it's so pathetic, man.
That's going to be in your hands. And when we get all done with all the evidence, we're going to come back and we're going to ask this. Because that's what justice is in this case.
I hope that we never see someone like him again.
Oh, brother. You got one cooking right here. You got one cooking right here. Oh, dang it. I see that you chatted in, world. Make this gigantic. Yeah, man. Listen. I am, listen. So my parents, listen, I'm going to explain the Chargers fact. I have to address this comment before we go back to the video. I'm a Chargers fan because I grew up in a household that didn't really have anybody who watched football, but I love football. So when I'm watching it, so I'm born in 95, so I'm around 10, 11 years old. That's when LT is tearing it up. So I didn't have a team per se. I just liked the game. And so for me, it was like, that's the best player in the game, dude. So that's my team. And I've been with him ever since. So that's just why. I know, I get all the time. People in Ohio, they're looking around and they're like, you from California? Like, nah, dude. That's like the first thing to last. They'd be like, you from San Diego? You from California? Like, nah, dude. I just appreciate LT. Let's finish this out.
I hope that with your verdict, he can go away. Alex Jones is patient zero for our society's inability to speak without lies. I believe it. He is patient zero for alternative facts.
Yeah.
Like, dude. Like, did he seriously do the air quotes? No way he did the air quote.
I believe it. He is patient zero
he did it.
for
No. Is he like talking? Alternative facts. Like, man, dude. He must really believe these people watch CNN, dude. Like, are people like this terrified? Are people this ungrounded in things that you can just say, he presented an alternative fact? They go, oh, like they grasp their pearls. Oh, like, no way, dude. It's just like, oh man, it's cringe, bro.
Alternative facts.
Yeah, there's gonna be a resolution made onto what these claims are valued at. And that's also gonna have to take into account what the Lafferty claims are valued at, and the Posner claims are valued at, and the Fontaine claims are valued at. And that is why I've been saying that what this is heading towards is there's going to be a large set of plaintiffs who are going to be dividing up the corpse of Infowars in the bankruptcy estate. And over the course of that process, that could get very, very dangerous for Mr. Jones, because there is going to be a new level of financial scrutiny.
Another threatening him. Like, are you even allowed as a lawyer to threaten that things are going to get dangerous, especially in like, it's kind of wild to me, to be honest. LT was a beast. Yes, he was, sir. I don't know if I would imagine that CMC is going to break his record at some point. I kind of hope he doesn't, but I can see it happening. If anyone's going to do it, it'll be CMC.
And if, some lawyer like me can basically find out that he's hiding the keys to the candy store, pull it out in front of him on the stand, I can only imagine what federal receiver's going to do. So yeah, it's going to get interesting from here on out. It's going to get really interesting, that's for sure. It's already super interesting, but like we say, it's the end of the beginning, and boy, are these clients happy about it. There was certainly a message sent out.
I'm sure they are happy about getting millions of dollars, dude, because a guy online said something you didn't like. Crazy, dude.
To this courthouse today, that's for sure.
But we will be at it as long as it takes. And if you're out there right now and you're one of Alex Jones's audience members and you're considering giving him money, I just want you to know that based on the jury's verdict today, it's not a very good bet. And to go back to what Robbie Parker said, all Alex Jones does is take from you, exploit you, lie to you, feed your...
If he would replace Alex Jones with the government, this would be one of the most base things ever said. Play back from where he says Alex Jones.
All Alex Jones does is take from you.
All the government.
Exploit you, lie to you, feed your fears and your anxieties and your mistrust. And the only person that benefits in that equation is him. Well, that stops.
Is the government. Spot on, dude. Spot on. He's based, he just don't know it yet. He's just aimed in the wrong direction, man.
That's stopping today, thanks to the courage of these families. Thank you very much.
Oh, but now the judge says that's not happening. Judge says that's not happening now. Oh, didn't go the way you thought it would. Too bad there. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Viene una tormenta.
That's awesome. I don't know if there's any more in this clip. Looks like it's just an ad. Why did he keep his ad on this video in the back end? Like, I'm not going to stay and watch an ad on the back end of that. Hey, no, go ahead, brother. I watched your one this morning on the Terrence Howard on Joe Rogan. I gave you a shout out at the beginning of the stream, actually. You just weren't here to see it. So maybe my 10 subscribers will make their way over to you and give you some views and some engagement. I appreciate you being here, man. Yeah. Take care. Good luck making the video, man. I will actually be messaging you either tonight or tomorrow morning, because I do have a couple ideas for what we can do on a collab.